how much does it cost to install James Hardie siding? Let's talk about it. So let's just get it out of the way. It's definitely more expensive than vinyl. Some people say it's 30%, some people say it's 50%, other people say it's 100% more than vinyl siding. So I'm gonna break down the numbers, and I'm gonna keep you in the medium. There are contractors that charge you very, very, very low. They're still not certified and they're installing it wrong. I actually went, God's honest truth, I went to a storage company, Trojan Storage on Pleasant Valley Way in West Orange, New Jersey. They just built that up. I saw how they installed the James Hardie siding. Horrible, hack job, right? But they hire people like that to install Hardie. They don't care. It's a commercial job. They were caulking the seams. The caulk jobs on everything was bad. So the guys that are installing will understand what I'm talking about. The siding wasn't even level right. If you live in the West Orange area, Livingston area, pass by that storage area, you'll see the type of siding job. So let me get back to it, right? So there's people who are gonna charge a little bit less. Some people are generally gonna be in the middle. This is where everybody's kind of in the market price, right? There's guys that want to charge a high premium for James Hardie siding and maybe even charge you twice as much. A good consumer is gonna definitely know it's right in the middle. You don't want the cheapest guy, especially that's not experienced and really is a vinyl siding type of guy that doesn't know how to install James Hardie, and you're like, wow, this price is so good, honey, let's do it. I know it's $10,000 cheaper, it's $20,000 cheaper from the other guy, but this is the price, and then you find out they installed it wrong. I'm gonna break it down, and these are the numbers, right? We're gonna break it down, but I'm gonna explain to you the whole process. What does James Hardie or a siding project entails, right? A siding project entails like the waste container, right? All the materials that you need to do the job. Also the labor portion to like remove the old siding, right? Any additional plywood that's damaged, obviously that's extra. So the warranty is part of it as well, from the delivery of the product to the cleaning of the house. So all that is included. So let's get to it, right? You wanna see the numbers? Siding is going to be somewhere around $300 a square to get installed. That was back in 1980, right? But let's do the real numbers now, right? The real numbers is realistically somewhere around $2,000 a square. So remember, if you go back to my other video, it's right up here. What is a square, right? What is a square? And a square is 10 feet by 10 feet. So 10 feet by 10 feet equals 100 square feet, or in roofers or in sidings language is 1 square. So let's say hypothetically, if this house had 20 squares, $2,000 times 20 squares, let's do the math. $2,000 times 20 squares equals $40,000. So that's generally what a Hardie job would cost. That's the average. Most contractors are still between $2,000 to $3,000 a square foot. So if you have, let's say if you have 30 squares times 3,000, it's $60,000, right? Some contractors will charge that. So the average size house in New Jersey, guys, right? So I'm trying to share the market value in New Jersey. If you're in New York City, it's definitely gonna be a lot higher. If you're in the Hoboken area, it's gonna be definitely higher. Weehawken, everything, because there's parking issues, there's always transportation issues, there's boom issues. So that is always gonna be a different monster because of the logistical. So that's gonna be more around $25,000 to $3,000 a square because of everything that happens, and even higher. Going back to the other thing is, like, I love James Hardie lap siding, but other clients says I want James Hardie shake. Guess what? Shake is more expensive. So guess what? James Hardie shakes is gonna be twice the amount as lap siding. And then if you decide to go not with a standard color, so James Hardie, if you look at this video here, you're gonna see the link of the difference between James Hardie Statement Collection and James Hardie Dream Collection. So James Hardie Dream Collection is 700 different colors that you can choose You know, if you want a purple house, if you want a yellow house, if you want a blue house, guess what? James Hardie has that color, right? If you want a black house, you can have that color. But the statement collections are specific, roughly around 22 colors, I believe, that are in stock. They're on the floor, ready to be shipped out to you, that they have. And then the other thing that people don't know, why is my siding costing $2,000 a square and then this other contractor is at 25? Because generally what happens is you choose a smaller board. So let me bring you over here. So this is an 8 1/4 board. So this is a standard price, but let's say you went with a 6 1/4 or a 5 1/4 board, which is less. You're gonna need more siding in order to achieve the same square footage. So guess what? It's gonna cost you more. So that's why contractors are charging you more. Just so you can understand, the average home in New Jersey is about 25 squares or 2,500 square feet. Listen to me, 2,500 square feet, don't confuse it, of siding. You may say, I have 2,500 square feet of livable space, but in the siding, it might be 30 squares or 3,000 square feet. So people are like, wait, I measured it. It's 2,500 square feet inside my house, but it's totally a different measurement on your siding. So it's gonna definitely be more. So roughly, if you have a house that's 25 squares or 2,500 square feet times 2,000 is roughly gonna be about $50,000, right? That includes everything, not gutters, just in case. Some people say, well, does it include gutters? No, it doesn't include gutters, you know, especially colored gutters or 6-inch gutters. It doesn't include that, right? But on my next video, I'm gonna kind of share with you also the prices of windows, right? What that includes, it's Hardie install, Hardie or AZAC trim, and then the soffit and the fascia boards and the rake boards. You know, to take a minute, I would like to hear from other contractors in different areas, because I know that California and Chicago are kind of almost similar to New Jersey in pricing. They're a little higher than the other. Like when you go down to South Carolina, it's very, very cheap. You go down to Texas, it's very cheap. So if you leave me a comment below, I would love to hear what are they charging a square in different parts of the country, in different states. Keep watching.